This is I can do better with a small update in regards to Joe's video, the Filth of Hun Showdown number 28, and my own video can be explained using in-game mechanics. Because in Joe's video's comment section, in regards to the very first clip, that 110% can be explained with in-game mechanics. Let me show you just so you have a fresh view on it. That's what he wants to show you. So if I just go back, if I go back here, one, it's 114 on the stamina shot. Two, he makes a crap ton of noise with the Derringer penny shot. Three, the enemy already have a bounty, so they know where the enemies are. Four, it takes 3 seconds, 2.5, before he even enters the compound here. What's that? 5? He steps on the glass and runs here, so the enemy knows, well, he's not coming over on this side. Plus, this sound here would make a different noise. Everything here can be explained with in-game actions and indicates absolutely nothing towards cheating. But what does Joe do? Wrong comment. No, that one there. Was it here? Yeah. Doesn't change the fact he only has 2 games on a 10-year-old account. What does that even matter when you're trying to catch someone cheating? Yeah, this person killing you only have 2 games on his entire Steam account that is 12 years old, which you yourself are showing down here. And here we go. You're literally showing it here. I couldn't make it sharper. It says 2 games, 12 year on the badge. His Steam is 12 years old with 2 games. But the gameplay you picked for him indicates nothing that should say cheating whatsoever. What are you thinking? You want to catch cheaters? And this is how you want to be doing it? Let me give you the argument for why his Steam account only have 2 games. He was playing Counter-Strike. He was playing Counter-Strike 1.6 or Source, doesn't matter. Then he swapped to WoW, played with his friends. He swapped to Rainbow Six Siege, played with his friend. He swapped to Fortnite, played with his friend. Hunt came out, he's now playing with his friend. Those are the only 2 games he have on his Steam account. All the other games he's playing are on Battle.net, Ubisoft Connect, whatever they're calling it nowadays. Even Epic Launcher, EA Game Launcher, you name it. There are so many other game launchers today. And for that matter, I would never recommend anyone to buy Siege on Steam, because then you have 2 launchers open at the same time, requiring resources to run in the background, because Steam still needs to send you through Ubisoft Connect to be able to run Rainbow Six Siege. I would never buy anything other than the specific titles that are on Siege itself. If the title is on Ubisoft Connect, Ubisoft regardless, or Battle.net, I would buy those titles on their launcher. And that is why saying this here is 110% completely irrelevant. It doesn't matter how old the account is. It doesn't matter how few games they have. For that matter, they could have played Counter-Strike 1.6. or Counter-Strike Source, and then never touched a single game in the other years they have the Steam account. They could focus on their studies. They could start their own business, be an entrepreneur. They could travel the world for what I know, and then come back and play Hunt with their friends. You have no idea how someone's life is entangling or unfolding for that matter to justify your hatred towards these people, to crucify them as cheaters just because you don't like that they have few games on their account. For that matter, Joe, let's go to your Steam account. You have removed your aliases, which is hilarious because there's no reason to do it. You have removed your um, argument or your guidance, not argument, your info, your guide to people from Steam onto your YouTube channel. No idea why, because you want to be known as an anti-cheater. But you have 824 games in total. You have 1,252 hours in Hunt. Like, you have 21 achievements in Hunt. However, if we go to your games and sort by playtime, we then scroll a fair amount down here. From this point on, state annoying, it's loading. I clicked the wrong button, wrong part. State of Decay 2, you have a total playtime of 60 minutes, 1 hour. And anything below here, you have less than an hour in the game. So what are you overcompensating for having low hours, low games, to having an insane amount of hours? This here is not even precisely halfway down your playlist. So if we go down to where you have 0 hours, 0 minutes, basically, we are here. From Titanfall 2, where you only have 1 minute in, then you have a story about my uncle, a valley without wind 2, Absolver, Alien Breed 2, Assault, Alien Breed 3, Assault, Alien Fireteam Elite. These games here are just below where you have 50% of all your games. So this entire list downwards are games you have never touched. Ever. XCOM 2, very certain it's not free. It's not free. So you have purchased XCOM 2, probably in a bundle, doesn't fucking matter. Extension, is that a game? Don't know it. Yep, it's a small game. Small indie, €5, whatever. Wolfenstein, The Old Blood, I'm fairly certain that even costs money. And that's a €20 game. That's a DLC for Warhammer 40k Inquisitor. If we go to that one, I think you spent a little time in it, but I don't think you spent that much. Like, seriously, you have a crap ton of games you have never touched. Why? Why buy all these games? Same with Definitive Edition. Why buy them when you're never going to touch them? This here is the bottom of your list. So what you're doing is overcomp. You even have some Clancy's in here. Like, you're doing the exact thing I'm telling people not, suggesting people not to be doing. I'm not demanding they must or something. Thief is a game that I myself would actually like to try out. I don't know specifically if I will like it, but I would probably spend an hour or 2 or 5 just to try it. Because €20, you can buy it on sale. What else we have? Skyrim VR. You have a VR headset now. Why don't play it? Like, you have a crap ton of games. Subnautica Below Zero, Sticks, Shards of Darkness. It's fun. I tried playing it with my friend. on the co-op mode, online co-op, €20. The other one, Master of Shadow, sorry, again €20. You have so many games you have never touched. Even here, 8 minutes, 8 minutes, 9 minutes, Just Cause 11 minutes, Alien Shooter 2 Reloaded 11 minutes. What else can we find here? Star Wars Jedi Survivor 15 minutes. This here, I'm fairly certain even people love. Recently, mostly positive. All time mixed. Like, it became more and more popular to play this game. It became more and more liked, I guess. I understand if you don't like horrors, that then Amnesia the Bunker isn't for you. But why buy horror games if you don't want to play them? You have so many games on your list that you never touch or barely ever touched, and you have 800 games on a 16-year-old account. Last time I counted, Joe, when I counted, trust me. When I took your games from, because then you are really like into the games, such as Bioshock 2, 10 hours plus. So any game you had 10 hours or more in, last time I did it, you had 179 games that you actually played. 179 out of 800 that you have played, actually played. Yeah, but some games you can finish on 6. Yeah, that's why I also went further down. You had 300 games. It's not 500, 300 games. That's 2 hours plus. You are in absolutely no position to argue how many games people should have on their Steam account, when you yourself are literally just buying games and never touching them. Your entire YouTube channel is about catching cheaters. You have then been debunked by a person, and then you go, no, the account only have 2 games when it's 10 years old. And so fucking what? He could have 1 game on a 20-year-old account and only been playing Counter-Strike. So what? Who the fuck are you to say what he should spend his money on? This here is exactly why, one of the many reasons why you are not a trustworthy person. This here is specifically one of the many reasons why your entire YouTube channel has nothing to do with catching cheaters. I told you, it doesn't matter if they have a VAC ban. Yeah, but they are cheating. They have cheated in the past. Okay, sure. Then we do that. You're playing Forever Winter with It's Gonna. Here we have It's Gonna, who have a VAC ban on record 7 years ago. So you're playing with a cheater. Yeah, but that's Forever Winter. Sure. Here you have the profile picture from It's Gunno's Steam UID, Steam ID profile. The profile picture from It's Gunno. Here you have it. This here is the one dread, your cousin, and this here is you, Joe Blue. You're playing with a fucking cheater. I told you, you cannot use people, whether or not their account have a VAC ban on record, and argue that they are still cheating, because in that case, you yourself are a cheater defender, because you're playing with a known cheater. You cannot use how many games someone have on their account. You can argue it's a Smurf account, sure, but it has absolutely jackass to do with cheating. It has nothing to do whether or not someone else is a cheater. Absolutely nothing. You doing this is literally you admitting your entire channel is a joke and should never be taken serious. You doing this proves the point of my entire channel. I told you so many times what you cannot use to argue someone else is a cheater because those points fall back on you yourself. Yeah, he has low game amount on an old account. Okay, you have an insanely high amount of games you have never touched, so you're overcompensating so that doesn't fall on you. But then that in itself would then fall under the category of you saying people prestige in order to seem more legit. So you buy a crap ton of games in order to seem more legit. You are overcompensating. Just like what you argue with people prestiging does. They're overcompensating. Like, you are the definition of what you claim others must not be doing. It's pure insanity. Have you ever seen this one here? The definition of insanity by Albert Einstein. Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. You are on your entire channel doing the exact same thing over and over again, but expecting a different result. This here is a joke. Your entire channel is a joke. You have been completely debunked on why this person is not a cheater, and then you fall back on, yeah, but he have a 10-year-old account with 2 games. And so fucking what? He's not a cheater just because he have few games. He could love, for example, he could love Armored Core, and I have no idea what that game is about whatsoever. He could love that game and have 20,000 hours in that game while studying, while taking a bachelor and a master candidate. Like, I don't know how I can make it even more clear. Joe, you have literally just debunked your entire channel just on that sentence alone. This here has nothing to do with catching cheaters at all. This here is your vendetta against anyone and everyone who is simply just better than you. That's all there is to it. And I don't even think it's the first time you have used that one. So this is the newest one in regards to sort by newest first, because Sunbro Solaire is 8 hours ago. So that's one time he did it. Then we have Quinn McFadden completely debunking Joe's video, and Joe again saying he only have 2 games on a 10-year-old account and names himself after a demon. And Joe again falling completely back on it. And again to Jan saying, and just ignore they only have 2 games on a 10-year-old account. And again, like, you talked about pattern recognition and people being able to recognize patterns, or people with a high IQ. The pattern on your channel is you don't care whatsoever about catching cheaters. You don't give a flying fuck about catching real cheaters. The only thing you care about is getting your name out there, and you're disguising yourself as a hero, the anti cheater. It makes no sense, in fact. You are accusing anyone and everyone who simply just get a lucky shot in on you or does a slightly better play than you for cheating. That's all there is to it. You don't know what cheating looks like from your own perspective. You have absolutely no idea how cheating is affecting others. You have no clue what cheating actually does to a game and what it looks like. This here is 110% why I know for a fact I hate cheaters 10 times more than you do. Because I don't randomly accuse everyone of cheating just because I lose to them in a game. I look objectively on what happened during that fight. If I made a mistake, if it was an impossible shot, if it was possible altogether, if I sat still far too long in an open section, if I did something that could actually argue it was my fault. This here, just the first clip, this here is 110% your fault. Penny Shot making a crap ton of noise, walking in 2.5, 3 seconds later, and then running and jumping on glass. You have no clue where this person is, and you're just charging in blindfolded. This here is what I would call Leroy Jenkins and failing at it. This here is exactly why you're horrible at the game. This was I can do better. And I hope this proved that according to Joe's standard, I truly can do better.